back to elementary school. Do you remember those times in art class or music class, learning to play the recorder or making a clay pot? Now imagine not having those opportunities, or being forced to spend time making up math work while the rest of your class gets to learn how to play piano. This is a reality for some students in Kentucky, and some students may not even have arts classes in their schools at all. House Bill 37, otherwise known as the Arts Education Equity Act, aims to change that by requiring grade schools to provide dedicated time for arts education and limiting schools from taking that time away as a disciplinary measure. My name is Abby Baker, and today I'm going to explain why the Arts Education Equity Act should be passed by the Kentucky General Assembly. The Arts Education Equity Act would require that public schools provide a certain number of hours of dedicated arts education for all students. It would also prohibit schools from using these hours as a time for remedial work for other subjects or revoking opportunities as a disciplinary measure. Schools often see these times as a perfect opportunity for students to have meetings, make up tests, or other extra things that might take away from normal class time. When I was in grade school, I was considered to be a gifted student, and they would normally pull me from my related arts classes for meetings about my education plan. This put me at a strange disadvantage among my peers, where even though I was supposed to be smarter than some of them, I missed out on the instruction that I actually needed and fell behind in the arts classes. Ensuring that students are not pulled out of arts opportunities also shows students that a chance to experience the arts is a right, not a privilege that can be taken away. Framing arts opportunities as a reward may make some students resentful of others and not want to participate when they do have a chance. As I previously mentioned, it may make those students fall behind in the arts classes they do get to attend and have less time to practice the skills taught during that time. For example, say a student was falling behind in math and was pulled from art class that day to receive extra help. Most schools only offer each related art once a week, so by the time the student has another art class, he's a full week behind. When that student sees the rest of his classmates' half-finished projects, he might feel dejected about the state of his own project or lack the skills the rest of the class learned last week, and assume he will never be as good as everyone else. It is natural for children to claim not to like something simply because they perceive that they are bad at it. Who hasn't gotten frustrated when they did not succeed at a new adventure at first? Feeling like a failure, this student now decides that he hates art class and refuses to participate in any sort of artistic activity. We have now deprived the world of this student's individual artistic point of view, simply because his school assumed that it was better for him to miss out on an art class in favor of math. An article in Capital Idea, published in 2019, said that New Jersey was the first state to offer arts education in all of their public schools. Over 1 million students in New Jersey take advantage of these classes, and there was a 25% increase in student art education participation in the state since this was announced, meaning that students who did not previously have access to arts education classes now are able to find their own passion within the arts. If other school districts in other states see this much improvement just from making sure that arts education is available for everyone, then why wouldn't Kentucky want to give students the same opportunities? Does Kentucky not want to give artistic students a chance? Finally, what about arts education makes it necessary for childhood development and education? Well, according to Fran Smith from 2008, arts education is closely linked to everything we as a society want for our children: academic achievement, social and emotional development, civic engagement, and equitable opportunity. Giving students the opportunity to experience arts, especially as a young child, helps children gain critical thinking skills, empathy, and a chance to come out of their shells. It is mainly students from more affluent families who are exposed to the arts by their parents, since they are able to spend the time and money to give their children those opportunities. Arts education in public schools gives students from lower income families the chance to experience them as well, making sure that all students stay on an even footing. Unfortunately, in the time of test scores, many schools are emphasizing classroom time be devoted to reading and math over the arts, depriving those students of any opportunity to experiment with the arts. In actuality, spending more time on arts education could actually improve test scores in the long run. Vaughn and Winter wrote a report based off of findings from the College Board. The College Board, who oversees AP testing, among other things, has found a correlation between students who took arts education courses and higher SAT scores. While there is no direct causation, students who studied arts education consistently during school achieved higher academic scores. In my high school, the kids involved in band often had the highest grades because band taught them discipline and required them to think in different ways. In fact, most of the AP students at my school were involved in one fine arts department or another. It was those students who were the top of my class in high school. If students exposed to arts education in school consistently score higher, then why do the arts still have to fight for a place in public schools? The Arts Education Equity Act is a way for Kentucky to match other states with arts education requirements. Over time, this could result in an increase in test scores and overall academic achievement in schools. It would also encourage more Kentucky students to take an interest in the arts, which would increase Kentucky's reputation among other states. Passage of the Arts Education Equity Act should be a no-brainer. Thank you.